I'm going to demonstrate what a fluent reader looks like. The poem I'm going to read is titled Lost Hat. As I read, I would like you to write down at least 2 things that made me an effective fluent reader. Lost hat. I lost my favorite hat. I don't know where it's at. I looked around my room. I looked beneath the cat. I looked beside the bathtub, and I looked under the sink. Where did I leave my hat? I tried to think. I thought I might have left it by the TV in the den. It wasn't there. So I went back and checked my room again. About to cry, I found my mom. I lost my hat, I said. She smiled and said, I found it sitting on your head. What did you notice about the way I read this poem? What made me an effective fluent reader? And students might come up with appropriate intonation, the speed of my reading, and automatic decoding. I use the comprehension strategy of picking out important words to help me make predictions and inferences about a text. When I predict, I tell what I think is going to happen, and throughout this Think Aloud, I am going to underline words and phrases that help me make predictions and inferences. Okay, so the title of the poem is Lost Hat, and I can tell right off the bat that I can make a prediction about this text that it's going to be about a hat that is lost. I don't have any other information other than there is a lost hat. Okay, now the first line is, I lost my favorite hat. I don't know where it's at. This line states that the character has lost his favorite hat, and I can relate that back to the title and make a prediction that this poem is probably going to be about a character that will be looking for his hat until he finds it. Also, I am going to underline the word favorite hat, because if this was just any ordinary hat, he probably would not care too much to look for it. I know I wouldn't. Okay, now the next line is, I looked around my room, I looked beneath the cat. So he must have started in his room to look for his hat, because it just stated that he lost his favorite hat and he doesn't know where it's at. So I know, once I lose something that I really care about, I first look in my room, because that's probably where, 9 out of 10 times, that's where I leave it. So I'm going to figure he looked in his room, and then he must be really desperate to find this hat, because he looks beneath the cat. Who looks beneath the cat? Not me. And now, when I make predictions about what I think is going to happen, I find it important to identify the words or phrases that will help me understand what I am reading, and that will be helpful for me to make predictions. Now, in this line, I would not underline the word I, or my, or the, because that's not helpful for me whenever I'm making predictions for this text. Now, so what strategies did you hear me use while I was reading the text to help me understand in order to make predictions and inferences? And they would discuss certain strategies that I used, such as underlining words that will help me make predictions and relating it back to what the title was. And can you see how identifying important words and phrases in the text can help you when you are making predictions or inferences about what you're reading? And I would like you to discuss with your partner how you could use this strategy to help you.